equal mc square.
Hello everyone. So as we know, high schoolers tend to find physics and mathematics as two of the most challenging subjects in their high school life. Personally, I think in the IB curriculum, physics and mathematics are one of the most challenging ones. But I think because of the relationship and the uniqueness of each subject, they're so interlinked, and that although everyone has different opinions on this relationship between maths and physics, so we wanted to know, what do you think and how maths and physics are really interlinked?
The concepts of physics are only validated by the use of mathematics. The mathematical formulas will be able to explain the concepts of physics. When I was a student, my elder brother had told me regarding the law of gravitation. Imagine you have a ball and you release it. He asked me to observe, and he asked my observation. I told him that the ball is falling down, it is getting attracted towards the earth. Then he asked me a question. You are giving me that answer because you are standing on earth. Now imagine you are on the ball. What would happen? At that age, I could not answer what he was asking. But then he told me, imagine that the earth is getting attracted to the ball. For me, a young child, it was really difficult. But then later, when my teacher taught me that there is a force of attraction between two bodies, and the force is inversely proportional to the square of the two distances and directly proportional to the product of the two masses. So, the gravitational force of attraction is some constant times the product of the two masses divided by the square of the distance between them. Now, it is the same force which, when converted to electricity, you write it as the electrical force is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 q1 q2 upon d square. Now, it was just in the recent years that physicists, scientists were able to tell us why some body gets attracted to a heavy body. My elder brother had told me that there is only a force of attraction, that in the case of gravity. In case of gravity, there is no repulsion. And now, today I understand why in the space-time continuum, when there is a heavy body, any body which is much more smaller comparable to this heavy body will always get attracted to this big body.
So sir, many times throughout history, branches of math have been developed out of pure intellectual curiosity with no practical application in mind. However, a few centuries later, scientists who are stuck on this unsolvable problem because they are unable to describe a certain system stumble upon that exact piece of math which suits their purpose perfectly. What do you think are some of the exciting new applications of math whose branches have been developed with no practical application in mind but have the possibility of doing so?
Now, I was told that in the early 1920s, when Srinivas Ramanujan went to Cambridge, he did a lot of work. It is said that the work which Srinivas Ramanujan did in the 1920s to 1930s was equivalent to 100 years of mathematics in the Western world. Srinivas Ramanujan passed away in early 30s, but even today there are a number of applications of mathematics which he worked upon. Computers came into existence only in the 1940s, late 1940s. The ENIAC, the Electronic Numerical Integrator and Calculator, was the first computer, and in today's computer algorithms, a lot of mathematical work of Srinivas Ramanujan is looked into. Now, mathematics is being applied to a number of subjects, maybe biology, maybe chemistry, maybe economics, maybe businesses. There were some formulas which really changed the mathematical world. For example, the Black-Scholes equation is one of the most wonderful application of mathematics in the field of stocks in the share market. Now, my son, who is doing his PhD in biology, right? He told me that certain proteins, they are synthesized and there is a particular mathematical formula using which the protein gets designed. There is a polypeptide chain and all the amino acids get synthesized and they design themselves only in a particular way. Now, what is that mathematics? I don't know that, but a lot of research work is going on. In nature, I was told that bees, they build their honeycomb in a hexagonal formation. Now, why the hexagon? I was told that the hexagon, it has the minimum area but stores maximum volume. Now, who taught the bees the mathematics? When a bee finds food, then it does the wriggle dance, and in fact the bee is communicating with other bees in its hive regarding the source of food, how much quantity, how far it is located. Now, this is what makes maths really interesting and worth knowing.
Wow, that's incredible. I mean, I never thought maths could have applications in such varying fields. Anvita, do you want to move on to the next question?
Yes, sir. So next up, we have a question that is the talk of the century. So I'm pretty sure, as you know, there's a lot of talk about colonizing Mars and making civilian travel easier to actually space. So we wanted to know that if you got a chance, would you take the opportunity to travel to space?
Of course, anyone would, because it's an exciting thing to be on this mission. But one thing, when we have something at hand, it is always better to take care of that. There goes an adage that prevention is better than cure. Let us make this world a healthy place. We can. I was told that this earth of ours has been lent to us from the future generation. We have not inherited it from our forefathers, but it is a loan which we need to repay to the next generation. If each one of us does our bit, then this world can really become a nice place. Of course, we can look for things in outer space. I was told that there is some asteroid somewhere in the universe, which, if the amount of gold from that asteroid is brought to Earth, each and every living individual on this earth will be a millionaire. Now just calculate. What is the population of the earth? Approximately 8 billion today. 8 billion into a million. Wow, this is a phenomenal number.
Definitely, sir. I 100% agree that instead of considering a plan B, if we prioritize the resources we have right now and focus on actually conserving them, it could go such a long way rather than expending resources on further colonization projects.